today I'm going to be doing a rental walkthrough on a Thor Chateau 31EV. This unit has one slide out on the driver's side. It sleeps up to 10 people with a couch bed, an over cab bed, a dinette conversion, 2 bunk beds, and a queen size bed in the back. So let's get started. So down here is going to be your control battery for the back of the unit. So you'll want to make sure when you first get in your unit that you are flipping that battery switch on. You will hear it beep and it'll go on. That will allow you to turn the generator on, which to turn the generator on, you're going to prime it and you're going to press down. You're going to wait for the red light and press up. You will hear it turn on like that. And right now, here is your control board for your RV. So you'll have your water pump. So you'll go ahead anytime you need water while driving and not hooked up to electricity, or hooked up to water, you will want to make sure that water pump is turned on. So when you're driving, if you need to use the restroom or flush the toilet or wash your hands in the sink, that is turned on. And you'll notice this light right here indicates the water pump is on. And then when you are at an RV park and you're hooked up to city water, you can go ahead and turn that off. These tank heaters right here are going to be, if it is below freezing, you will want to flip the black tank on, which is gonna heat the sewer tank, and your gray tank to keep it from freezing over and having a busted tank. Your water heater right here, this LP gas is going to go ahead and heat your water for your hand washing, for your showers, based off of the propane tank that you have while traveling with you. If you do need to refill that propane tank, you will want to go to a Flying J. They will fill it up for you. Everybody will get out of the unit and they will fill up your propane for you. There's also Tractor Supply and U-Haul that will fill your propane for you as well. If you are at an RV park and you are hooked up to their electricity, you'll want to use the 110, and that will start heating your water. You're looking at about a 10-minute hot shower, I would say. So if you are looking to take anything a little bit longer, I do recommend staying at an RV park that has a nice shower, and bring some shower shoes. And that's a wonderful option as well for showering. Other than that, give it about 10 minutes and this will flip on and give you hot water for a shower. Right here, this is going to tell you that your propane is at 1/3. Whenever it shows up at 2/3, that will show that it's full. These RVs, for some reason, do not go to a full amount of propane. Your battery shows it's fully charged. Your freshwater tank has 2/3 in there. That will allow you to wash your hands, have the toilet as you are driving, or if you are boondocking. Black tank is empty. We do require everyone to bring your black tank back empty, or we will dump it for a fee. Gray tank does have 1/3 in there, as we do ask that after you dump your black tank, you do flush the toilet a little bit longer once all of the toilet is closed up, and put a little bit more water in there with one of our cleaning pods, and that will kind of clean the tank as you drive, as you continue to drive. We have our AC right here. This is going to be flipped on cool and on auto. It is at 65 degrees. And then we have our, and it just works like a regular AC. There is one in the back of the unit as well. And then we also have our slide. So the slide is out right now, In order to bring the slide in or out, here is the button for it. You are going to want to make sure that the unit has the parking brake on and the keys are in the ignition with the engine started, and that will help you retract and bring in the slide. And right now I do not have the keys in the ignition, so it's not actually going to come back in. Right here we have our refrigerator, which will be running on auto. So once you get to an RV park, it will switch over to your RV electricity power. It is a little bit bigger than some of our other units' fridge, which creates a nice size if you are going for a little bit longer of a trip. Right here we have our microwave. You're going to want to make sure you're either plugged up to electricity or you are running your generator and you do have that microwave. We have a stove right here with 3 burners that you can either light by these right here, and you can just flip it on like this. And then you'll want to turn this as well to light it, or you can light it with a lighter as well. And then the oven will work the same way right here. The oven is a little bit smaller, so you will want to make sure when you are planning and bringing pans, you will want to account for the size of the oven right here. Our unit does, as I mentioned, this is a pull-out couch. You just want to pull up on it and pull down, and it does fold out into a couch bed. And then to put it up, you'll just want to pull back on it and push down, and you will pull like that. And you can also drive with that down if anyone is wanting to lay down. Right here we do have the bed pushed back for tall people, so it's easy to get in and out and access the driver's seat while driving. However, if you just pull this forward, you can put it up here, and then you'll want to attach right there to these hooks your ladder for children. Please make sure no one is climbing on top of this or this right here, or your chair, your couch arm, because we have had several of those get broken. Right here we do have a TV, and with our TV you're welcome to connect to your Amazon, your Netflix, or so have you. If you are traveling with kids that are in a car seat, right here's a great place to put a car seat. I highly recommend putting it right here, especially if you have a rear facing one. This is where we always travel with our 14-month-old. So what we do is we just lower this down, and then we'll bring it down here, and we will strap in his car seat right here with this belt. There is 4 seat belts right there, so you are welcome to have your kids belted in that way as well. Also, these 2 come off, and you can make a bed right here as well. We have a ladder back here as well for these bunk beds, which you can close the top of the bunks as well and create a little bit of privacy in there if necessary, with some storage drawers underneath. Here is going to be the restroom. You can access it both from the front of the unit as well as the back. So if you do want to create a little privacy and separate kids from adults, or you're traveling with 2 different families, there is a way to access the bathroom and shut the bathroom that way as well. So in order to flush the toilet, you are just going to press down on here, and I have the water pump on, so you do hear that that it is flushing. And you'll want to make sure that you only travel with RV toilet paper. That is very, very important. And you can buy that at Walmart or Amazon. Walmart, it'll be in the RV Marine section. Right here we do have a fan that will turn on the fan in the top of there if you are needing that, as well as a light which turns on a light back here or in the restroom. Right here we have plugs, like I mentioned earlier, another AC unit, and here's where your GFCI is. So if you do need to, it might actually be in here, do anything with a breaker, you'll just want to press in there in the restroom. This is an RV sized queen, and these doors also shut back here as well. So you just press down on there and you can shut the door there, and then also you can press down and block out the back room from the restroom. This unit does have 3 drawers as well as 4 drawers over here, and a great amount of storage in here. Or the ladders will be in here, and then there is room for hanging. I do recommend on this, traveling with this closed, especially if you have anyone going to the restroom, you'll just want to pull down and up to open it. But you can see directly from the back of the unit into the restroom. So I do recommend just pulling that down. And there you go. The last thing on this unit that I do want to point out and show y'all is the backup camera. There is a backup camera on this unit. You are looking at about 31.5 foot on this unit. You are going to want to make sure you do utilize that backup camera. So as long as you have the battery powered switch on, you can have the battery switch on, then you can totally access the backup camera, which makes your life super helpful. There is an AC coming from the dash up here. So if you do not want to travel with your generator on the entire time, you can get front dash air as well, which kind of comes back to the couch and the dinette slightly as well. And that is a walkthrough for the interior of our 31EV Thor Chateau.
I want to walk through the outside components, how to set up once you get to your campsite. So in this large compartment, we've got an area where you can lock this compartment up right here so it can stay up. Then we have some big storage, full pass through. You can actually get to it from all 3 sides here, so you can put some larger gear in here. We also have our sewer hose, our water hose, and our electricity. So I'll show you guys first how to hook up the electricity. So once you get to the campsite, one of the first things you want to do is go ahead and get the power rolling, the AC started. So the 30 amp connection is going to be plugged in right here. As you can see, it has one little tine on the female. It just hooks up the same way on the male. You just connect it right in there, twist it to the right, and then you're going to thread that on there. And then you see there's an indicator light here that's going to show us whenever power is supplied to the coach. So we're going to plug the other side into the breaker box. So whenever you get to your campsite, you're just going to plug in to your breaker box. And a lot of times there is another switch that you'll flip on. So if they have that, make sure to plug in first and then flip it on. This one does not. So once we have that plugged in, we'll see the indicator light there on the cable showing that power is supplied to the coach. You also have a coaxial hookup here. So some RV parks will have cable available. If they do, you can hook up a coax here and get some TV. The next part is going to be the water. So what you'll want to do is connect the pressure regulator side, which actually has a flow arrow direction. So the direction of flow is going to correspond with this arrow pointer. So we know that the water's flowing into the coach, so this is the way we want to screw it on. So that's going to go right where it says city water connection. So you just thread it on there, make sure that's nice and clean and seals up against that O-ring inside there. If you're experiencing this thing leaking, just take it out again and make sure that the threads are seated correctly so it's actually getting a good seal with that O-ring inside there. Sometimes you might actually have to replace the O-ring inside this female thread here. So when you're not using it, just go ahead and keep that plugged up. The other side is just going to connect onto the water spigot at the RV park, just like you would with a normal garden hose. So just connect that there as well. For a rental, you won't need to do anything with the sanitation flush, so that's just to clean the tanks, but you might need to use the onboard water tank. When you're driving, you're not connected to water. This is the refill for that onboard water tank, so what you'll do is just put your water hose right inside there, turn it on, and you can fill it up. So just get that thing nice and full before you get on the road to ensure that you'll have water for your trip. And you'll be able to use the sink, shower, and toilet when you're not connected to the city water by using your water pump. Last but not least, we have our sewer connections. So you're going to see comes with the unit is a 90-degree fitting here. So we have an adapter to fit onto multiple size PVC septic hookups. So when you get to your RV park, there's typically a PVC pipe in the ground just like this, and so all you'll want to do is just unscrew this one's actually closed off for a reason, but you'll unscrew it and then thread this into the ground just like this here, and that's going to allow the twist lock connections on the hoses to connect to this side. So once we have it in there, we can go ahead and get our hose connected to that side. And the other side of your hose is going to have the same style twist lock. And that's going to go onto the coach. So this compartment can be held up just like that. And you'll see in here we have the same type of twist lock connection here. So lefty loosey, righty tighty. It's a real simple twist lock connection. Once you get it nice and tight on there, and it's time to dump your tanks, you will notice we have two valves here. So we have our black valve, which is for the toilet water, and then we have the gray valve, which is for the sink and shower water. What we'll want to do is ensure that we dump the black tank first. So that's going to drain all of your toilet water, your toilet paper, everything that goes down the commode through the hose. Once you completely dump that tank, go ahead and just close that. So to release this, we just pull this straight up, and that's going to allow everything in the tank to flow out the hose. When we're finished, push that down into this position now where it's completely closed, and then we'll want to clean out the hose with the gray water. So we'll release the gray water valve by pulling it up, allow all that gray water, the sink and the shower water, to basically clean out the hose for us. When that's finished, we'll close that back up. We can disconnect the hose, and it's a good practice just to kind of pick up your hose and let gravity do the work for you to drain everything down into the PVC pipe in the ground. Make sure that your hose is completely empty before you get everything unhooked. And then once you're done with everything, you can just couple the hose ends back to each other. That way everything is closed and any stinky smelly might be locked in there. After you do dump the tanks, it's good practice to put a little bit of water back into the black tank, and then put a little bit of the chemical into the toilet and just flush it down. That way when you're driving back home, that'll kind of slosh around and the chemical will neutralize any odors as well as clean the tank when you're going down the road. So that basically sums it up. We've got the water hookup, the sewer hookup, and the power hookup. In addition to that, we also have our propane connection, or our propane access port. So this is where the technician at a propane refill station will access and connect to. So there is a on-off valve there. So if for one reason or another, if you're experiencing your fridge not working, or the hot water not working, or the heater in the furnace not working, and you're wondering why, because your propane's full, sometimes this valve might be off. A lot of the technicians sometimes don't turn that back on after they refill your propane, so you can come out here and just check and see if it's all the way to the left, that means the valve is on. All the way to the right means it's off, so it's closed. So if it's open, that means you're going to supply propane to the coach. You also have a gauge out here, but if you do need to refill your propane, all you're going to want to do is show up at a truck stop, like a Love's or a Flying J, or Tractor Supplies often have them, U-Hauls, and just show the certified tech where it is located in your on your RV. Pull up to the refill station, get everybody out of the unit, and the technician will actually do the refueling themselves. So that's where that's located. We have the generator here. You shouldn't need to mess with anything associated with it, but if you do have any problems, this is how you access it here. As we go around the coach, we have some more storage compartments, and then we also have our last storage compartment, which is the pass-through storage, accessible by this side, the back side, and the side. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to us anytime. Thank you. Bye-bye.